Have you ever wanted to learn how to do basic maintenance on your RV? Then today's podcast is for you because we're visiting with the folks from Lippert about their RV Owner School. So stay tuned. Well, welcome everyone to today's Girl Camper podcast. I am excited to have Dan Sacha and Lauren Raven from Lippert on, and we're going to talk about the Lippert's RV Owners School. Welcome, Dan and Lauren. Thanks so much for being here.
Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
Doing great. So Lippert has an RV owner school, which I am really excited about because I know this is a huge issue in the RV industry of people that are got their RVs and they're trying to get them into dealerships to get them fixed, and dealers are backed up for months and months on doing any kind of maintenance. So anytime I hear anything about ways that people can be empowered to do their own maintenance or preventative maintenance or anything like that, I get excited about. So tell me about Lippert's RV owner schools.
Yeah. So about 3 years ago, um, we started doing RV owner schools. The Technical Institute has been a department at Lippert for just over 12 years now. We started in 2012. We focused primarily on the manufacturers and the dealer network. So we had no training um, for dealers other than maybe at like a rally. So if you went to a national rally or something, then you could get training there. But we wanted to expand our training offerings to include, just as you mentioned, folks are waiting months on end to just get potentially their RV looked at, not even necessarily serviced. And for some folks, that is the entire summer, and that is the only time that they get to utilize their RV. Um, so an initiative was put forward, and out of that came um, the RV owner schools. It was coupled with our Scouts program. I don't know how familiar you are with that, but those two started off sort of hand in hand, and we've just expanded and continue to offer more and more RV owner schools and additional trainings for anyone who wants to attend those.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So the schools do really have a mix there for people that are not only new to RVing, but also the very experienced RV owner.
Yeah, absolutely. So here, and I'll let Lauren get into the details on where we do all of the different types of RV owners schools. But here at our facility, on Monday evenings, we'll do a little welcome dinner. And I always tell everybody, we don't know what you don't know. And so ask your questions, but also it's what you want to get out of it. So if you're a DIYer through and through and you're wanting to fix everything about your rig, you're going to be able to walk out of here with the confidence, maybe having to purchase some more tools, but with the confidence to be able to fix those things. And if you're someone who just wants um, basic maintenance, basic operation, um, that kind of education as far as your rig goes, you don't really want to fix it, but you want better information when you take it into a dealership, the school's for you as well. So it's really a grab bag of, you're going to pick your own journey as far as the class schedule goes. And then you get as dirty here as you want. So the other instructors on the team, they're going to say, hey, we're doing an axles class. You can do it, or you can just stand by and listen. That's fine. But it really is, you get as involved as you want and you take out of it as much as you want. We have people that come here and they just want the information. So when they go to the dealership, they don't feel like they're getting the runaround or whatever term people want to use. There's other people here that they've been an auto mechanic. They were in construction their whole life, whatever that looks like. And they have the skill set and maybe the tooling to be able to fix anything inside their RV.
That's cool. Well, and I think especially for women, this kind of knowledge, is so important because oftentimes we do feel like we're being talked down to or possibly taking advantage, when you take a vehicle into a dealership, or to another mechanic to be looked at. So I think this is really great, that is that. And it sounds like then there's some hands-on training that can possibly go along with some of these classes.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you come to one of our RV owner schools here at our facility in Mishawaka, that's going to be 3 full days of training. And we use our hands-on mock-ups in almost every single class. As Dan was talking about, we have over like 70 sessions to choose from. So you can really choose your own adventure and create a specified experience to you and your coach. A lot of hands-on experience. Get your hands dirty. I think we do some axle bearing packing, white out, stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Nice. So tell us specifically what are some of the courses that are offered? You mentioned the axle and, bearing packing and stuff. So what are some other courses that people could expect to find?
Yeah, so we cover everything from all different types of slide outs that Lippert makes, so Schwinn Tech, through frame, above floor, slim rack, all of that stuff, as well as all of our leveling systems. So think ground control, level up, Tighten, whatever you have that's Lippert on your coach, we can talk to you about it. We also have a lot of appliance classes, so air conditioning units, refrigerators, stovetops, all of that business. We've got you covered.
That's cool. That is so cool.
So like Lauren was saying, pretty much any Lippert product is offered in training, and we try to rotate through those classes. But we do offer basic and advanced classes. So some of those basic classes are going to be just, hey, I really just want to know the simple operation, maintenance, and the simple troubleshooting things. Whereas the advanced classes are going to be more towards, hey, we're going to take this all apart. We're going to dig into it. We're going to use multimeters and a bunch of different tools to sort of separate some of those classes out.
Well, and I can speak to your classroom in, now I might butcher the name, Mishawaka,
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
which is in Indiana. I have been there. I've toured your facility. Wow. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say is, wow, that is quite the facility and, a great place to go to attend one of these classes if people are in the area at the right time, and we'll touch on that here in a little bit. So, Lauren, let's talk about the experience people will have at the RV Owner School.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be 3 full days of training. We also, the night before classes even start, we host a pretty awesome welcome dinner. I might be a little biased, but I do think that the food is delicious. Where you can meet the other people that are attending, talk to our instructors, get to know everyone, talk about your schedule, receive some good swag. And at the end of that night, we ended up having a Q&A session where all of these attendees can just sound off to Dan, with their concerns and their excitements and all sorts of questions regarding Lippert. So people really, really enjoy that experience at the welcome dinner the night before. This year, we are also offering a one-on-one coach walkthrough as an add-on, which again is the Monday before classes start. You'll get an hour one-on-one session at your unit with a Lippert instructor to talk about certain questions you might have before classes even start. So that instructor will get a background insight to what your issues are and hope to give you a more specified experience the rest of the week. Again, 3 days of class, Tuesday through Thursday. We have lunch every single day. Again, a little biased. It is delicious. We also have a parts representative from Lippert available all 3 days of classes during the lunch period. So if you have any products that you want to order, any questions about specifications and stuff, they can always help you out with that. We also offer a pretty cool discount to those attendees who join us for our schools.
So it sounds like, there's a really nice sense of community that's being built by the people that are attending these schools. And I imagine that kind of carries over after the school is done, that there's a way for them to still kind of stay in contact or fire off, "Hey, I've got this now happening. Does anybody remember how to fix it?" or anything like that.
Yeah.
What is there for them on that?
Yeah, so we touch a lot on the Lippert Scouts community. We encourage all of our attendees to sign up when they're able to. We also have a lot of scouts that already come and join us. So once you join this community, It's either on Facebook or through the Lippert Communities app. You'll be able to sound off to other RV owners, ask your question, Lippert related or not. If it's, hey, we stayed at this awesome campground and we had an awesome experience, go ahead and share that. Or, hey, my AC by another
Mhm.
supplier is not working. Has anybody ever had this issue? And I think a lot of our attendees end up making friends. A lot of these guys stay at the same campgrounds and stuff. So lifelong friends, and you can continue that connection through the Lippert Scouts community.
And what I found with scouts is there's no dumb question. I have never seen anybody chastised or, kind of ridiculed for, "Oh my god, that question's been asked 20 times, search the group," or, "That's such a basic question, you shouldn't even be," those kind of things that you can see, sadly, on social media. I've never seen that ever, though, in Lippert Scouts, which is great, because
And
like
we
you said, Dan, you guys don't know what we don't know, but we also, as RVers, don't know what we don't know.
100%. Yeah, and that makes a really good point, to the app and then even the walkthroughs that Lauren mentioned about, because the app, there are Lippert employees in there that you can tag or that will respond, to certain questions. And then even as Lauren mentioned, those walkthroughs, but we have people that sign up that have no idea what's on their RV, because there's
Mhm.
so many different things that can be on your RV. So some folks, it's, oh, if I have this walkthrough, I can at least get into the classes that pertain to me rather than just sort of randomly not knowing what class you're signing up for. So it's another sort of benefit to where, yeah, you get that one-on-one, but then you also are ensured that you're getting into a class that matters to you the most. We also have people that don't care and they take every class because knowledge knowledge is power. I knocked my water over. Knowledge is power. So yeah, oh, and going back to camaraderie, I'm all over the place today. I'm sorry. We've had people that stay at the same campground, have never met each other, and 5 of them hop out of one guy's truck because they're riding back and forth to school. So it really does really create a sense of community for, not only I would say us, because we kind of get, more insight to the struggles people have, but even for these people, just meeting new people that they can, maybe camp with in the future. We've had people have that conversation as well.
Yeah. I think, RVers can be one of the nicest communities out there. I know my experience with Girl Camper, has definitely, helped with that, it's we're such a nice community, and Lippert also embodies that too, which is great, you know? So, is there a cost associated with going to these schools, and what is it if there is one?
Yes. So this year for 2024, our price for our 3-day RV owner school here in Mishawaka, Indiana is $250. Again, with that fee, that's the welcome dinner Monday night, 3 full days of hands-on technical training, lunch each day of class, swag, and all that information. So that's $250. We also allow guests to join for the welcome dinner only if they want to. If they just want to be there for a good time, that's $40. Dinner, drinks, open Q&A. We also have a +1 VIP package where, often, if somebody wants to come with their significant other to dinner, but doesn't necessarily want to do the classes, but also want swag, they can come to the dinner and they also get a swag bag. And then they are welcome to come on Wednesday of classes to speak to our parts representative and check out some of the on-site products that we have here.
That's cool. I mean, $250. Come on, guys, that is cheap. You can't have an RV inspector, come out and do an inspection on your RV for that or meet up with a mobile RV tech. I mean, that's gonna be like their base fee for
Right.
coming out. So, I mean, what a bargain that in 3 days, come on. Wow, less than $100 a day and your meals are included. That is an awesome value. So, besides the ones that are in Indiana, you've also got some that are on the road too. So, tell us about those.
Yeah, so this was an initiative we started last year. We're calling them RV Owner Schools on the Road, where 2 of our instructors and an administrator travel all across the US to do 1-day crash courses of RV Owner School. So, obviously, just because of the time frame, it has to be a little bit less of a, variety of offerings, but we still have 8 sessions offered, and our instructors are just encyclopedias of Lippert knowledge. So, we encourage people who can't travel to our facility here to join us for one of those days on the road to get one day, just all the information you can think of, catered lunch, and meet some people in your area.
That's cool, and you've got some coming up, I think, but, more towards the fall?
Yes. So right now we are planning our Phoenix, Arizona one, which will be on November 5th. That should be open by the end of July. Fingers crossed. And so if you're looking to sign up for any of our RV owner schools, you can go to support.lci1.com, go to technical training, and you'll see all of our events listed there in list form. You can click on each event, find out more information about that and how to contact our team if you have any questions. We also have at the top of that page a link that you can sign up with to be emailed notified every single time one of our events open. So sign up for our emails and you won't miss out on anything.
Fantastic, and we'll have links to that in the show notes too for this. And when are the next ones that are offered in Indiana?
Yeah, so our next one is going to be July 30th through August 1st, and our
It's right
last
around the
one
corner?
in-house of the year will be August 20th through the 22nd.
Okay. And are there still spots open in both
Yes,
of those?
yes,
Great.
we have plenty of space for our July 30th through August 1st one, but we are getting close for August 20th through 22nd, so if you are looking for a spot, do that soon so we can make sure we can fit you in.
Okay. So what about resources for people who can't make the school? What else do you guys have out there?
Yeah. So if you can't make one of our schools, on lci1.com, we have our support tab. And in that tab, you're going to find documentation that are we work side by side with our technical publications team and our virtual productions team. The technical publications team writes all of our documentation. So for folks that uh, need a quick reference to something. They're out in the middle of nowhere. They really don't want to spend, as you mentioned earlier, they don't want to spend that money on a mobile technician to come out and look
Mhm.
at their rig. There are documents that cover everything from the manufacturer installation. So how a manufacturer is supposed to install a leveling system, all the way up to troubleshooting, maintenance, owner's manuals, basic operation, you name it. Our classes are based off of all those documentations, and there are some classes that the documentation, if you were to just look at the documentation, it's several hundreds of pages of information. So what we do is we take all that, make it more digestible. Um, if they don't want to read a document, which I don't blame you, we have videos. We have the Technical Institute show, and then we also have webinars. So everything Lippert, any class you're going to take here, there is a document associated to it, and that's how we teach our classes.
That's fantastic. And I can speak from experience too on this that I know your online resources are really good. We have a Keystone Montana fifth wheel, and once in a while the leveling system gets out of sync. No, that is that the right term? When it
Uh,
uh,
Depends
dips,
what leveling system you have. Yeah,
yeah, but yeah,
we
it's
can
some
get
little
into it.
term out of stroke.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, there you go.
User
Yep.
error.
Yeah.
It's a guarantee for us, it's user error, it's something we've done, then to try, can we ever remember how to get it back in?
Well, don't
I
blame
just
yourself.
turned yeah, I just turned to your app, and
Perfect.
there it is, and it's like, "Oh, easy."
Yeah. Don't blame yourself. Sometimes, it could be our thing. It could be the campground you're at, or it could be
Yeah.
user error. But those documentation, the videos, as you mentioned, all that stuff, come here by all means. We'd love to have you. But
Yeah.
we'll walk you through um, any one of those scenarios people are coming up with or running into. We can walk you through the best we can to help you mitigate that in the future. So
Yeah, it's great.
yeah,
It's great.
that's what it's
Yeah,
about.
you guys oh, good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say that's what it's about, is just making sure folks who want to use their RV can use their RV. You paid money for it, so you'd probably like to use it more than.
Well, there's so many good features on it, and the features are just there's more and more being added. I'm excited about Lipper's ABS system. That I can't wait to see more RV manufacturers get that on trailers, because what an awesome safety thing to know that that if you're gonna hit wet, slippery roads, and you have to do an emergency braking, that's going to help minimize the skidding and the slipping and all that can happen. So you guys have some fantastic products that are out there, and just learning how to use them correctly is good for everybody. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Now you guys partnered with the Flipping Nomad and Harvest Hose this summer for some of your mobile schools. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we are lucky enough to have Harvest Host and Flipping Nomad to help partner with us for our on the road schools this year. So Courtney from the Flipping Nomad has come to two of our RV owner school on the road. She was in San Antonio and then just a few weeks ago in Eugene with us. She talked a little bit to our attendees about her experience with Lippert and renovating all of these coaches that she does. She's an amazing person, and just her experience is really wonderful. So, she's also going to be in town for our next 2 RV owner schools here in Mishawaka, Indiana, to hopefully offer some tours of her rig and answer some questions for, people who are looking to do some renovations, DIY themselves in their
Mm.
coaches.
And I think she really speaks to the innovation. What the different products that Lippert has, and other manufacturers too, of what you can, take in your campers and then install in them to make them a much more friendly or user-friendly experience. Because I don't know if you guys are familiar with Flipping Nomad, you guys that are listening and watching, but she takes these fifth wheels and pretty much guts them and then rebuilds them back out from scratch and does some incredible stuff. And so be sure to check her out and see some of her pictures of what she does. And if you can get to one of Lippert schools where she's going to be at and get a tour of, I think right now it's the Ultimate Keystone Fusion that she has. There's some neat things that are on there. So remind us, guys, when and where are the next schools to be held? And where can people learn more about the schools and get signed up?
Yes. So our upcoming schools, we've got 2 more coming up here in Mishawaka, Indiana at our facility. Those are going to be on July 30th through August 1st and August 20th through the 22nd. We also are right now planning a RV owner school on the road for Phoenix, Arizona on November 5th. Registration for that should be open in the next month or so. So keep your eyes out for that upcoming registration. When these events are posted, they are always posted on our website at support.lci1.com under technical training, RV owner training, lots of different ways you can get there. If you're not interested in going to the website, you can sign up for our email notification list so you can get an email in your inbox every single time one of these events opens up and other important updates from our department. I also post on the Lippert Scouts community every single time that a new event is open and any other updates. So connect with me on there and you will never miss out on anything.
Fantastic. Now, do you guys plan on doing these again in 2025?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, yeah, we're currently saying
Yes.
as long as people will have us. So, and
And it's
then
never
those once we establish locations, those will start to get posted. But as Lauren mentioned, as long as you're on the mailing list, you'll find out as soon as they're up.
Yeah, we
So,
open up our events on a rolling basis, so usually about 3 months in advance for all of our on the road events. So we should have some of our stuff posted within the next few months with dates for next year. And then so you can kind of save the date and then learn when registration will open after that.
fantastic. So thank you, Dan and Lauren, for being on today. Really appreciate it. I loved hearing more about Lippert's RV Owner School. I know they're on my to-do list that hopefully one of these days I can get to one, preferably in Indiana, because I love getting dirty and playing with the different tools that I know you have on site there. So hopefully that's in my future.
yeah, love to have you.
Yeah.
But thanks, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hey, that's our show today. Thanks for watching or listening if you are podcasting. Really appreciate the folks from Lippert's RV Owner School coming on, and I hope that you check them out and sign up for one of them. If you've enjoyed today's show, don't forget to tap the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Connect with Grow Camper online through our website, Facebook, and Instagram, and be sure to check out all of the events that our Grow Camper guides have lined up and join us in the fun. Now, until next week, I'm Lesa McDermott, and I'll catch you by the campfire.